What's good, everybody? So we're here with the Nokia Lumia 920. Two of them.
White and red.
The white and the red. So, it's pretty much a successor to the 900.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome successor.
Yeah.
It's a design marvel. I mean, not to take anything away from the Nokia 900, which in itself was a design marvel as well.
Yeah.
Nokia really just rounded the device out so well this time around.
Yeah.
Everything they got wrong with the 900, they got correct with the 920.
So you know what's interesting is the 900 and the 900, the 800, and now the 920. They all have the similar mold.
Yeah.
This very design. Even the what do they call the 700s, the last Symbian devices? They had this square shape to them. So I like the way Nokia is approaching this, sort of like an Apple. You know, you make small revisions to the device, the design, but it's still at heart the same design that people know. So when people see it, they say, "That's a Lumia."
Right.
They know what it is, which I think is dope. And the marvel about the 920 is if you hold it really close to a 900, it's almost the same size.
Right.
You're kind of hard pressed to tell, you know, that it's a little bigger. So kudos to the design for that, man. I really like the white. I have the red. Tuan's got the white. It's got a panderish feel to it with the black accents.
It's very I agree. It's very Snow White minus the 7 duos.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
You have the crimson red, the crimson bandit in that in Ramon. So I guess you know without a question you immediately see, you know, the bezel here, or I guess you could say to some degree everything is smoothed out. I believe the previous one was the man calls. This black portion here was more of an indentation.
Right, you could
here,
feel it.
You could feel it.
Yeah,
it's more smooth now.
right, it drops off. Yeah.
There isn't. It's a very smooth device. Now, there's one thing that I'm going to address for people who decided to say what they wanted to say. Oh, the device is heavy. The device is it's fat. Well, the device is heavier than some of your more, I guess you might want to say, some of its predecessors as far as the Galaxy S is concerned, of which we have here. It's much lighter. Clearly it's much lighter, but again, this device doesn't feel as solid in the hand as this device. All right. It's the Samsung Galaxy S3 it's thinner. I mean, I have this little new type case here, or whatever the case may be, but it's just the curvature. It complements your hand. All right. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hand, despite the glossy feel to it. It's a solid feel. It's a solid build. It's not as heavy as some people may have previously stated. It's just a joy to have in your hand. You feel it in your hand. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall out of your hand and break into a million pieces. It's just all there. I wasn't too keen on having the USB port here and the volume and the headphone jack here.
Yeah, they changed that from the 900 because both of them were on top. on the 900.
Right, and that, I mean, for those of you who like to plug up when you're in your vehicles, you want to listen to your music, and you have your charger going in at the same time. Weird. It's kind of cumbersome.
Yeah, it is. I did notice that. Yeah, it is a little annoying.
So, but outside of that, everything is pretty much solid. Here's your Carl Zeiss camera.
Mm-hmm.
There's your flash.
Yeah, we can get into the camera in a minute.
Yeah, awesome.
So the technical specs are: it's running a dual core 1.5 Snapdragon S4. It's got a gig of RAM, 32 gigs of storage space. The screen is they branded it Motion Plus HD.
Pure Motion Plus.
Pure Motion Plus. Something or the other. It's actually, the screen is magnificent. Best screen on the market. Highest resolution. Definitely a breadwinner screen. It's also got this ultra sensitivity. So, for those of you, like I'm using my fingernail right now.
Right.
So for those of you who remember resistive screens versus capacitive screens back in the day, this is a capacitive screen with resistive screen
technology.
Not technology, but I would say pluses, features, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Because women is gonna love this.
Yeah.
They can actually type with their nails. You can use the thing through a glove. You know, it's a dope addition. It's a dope addition. So I really do like that they added that in just to give an already industry leading phone an edge. There you go. He's using it through cotton. That's it.
That's my finger in this right here.
And it works. So that's a plus. It's got NFC. It's got Bluetooth 3.1. Pound for pound, spec for spec, this is leading the market right now. And it's one of two phones, I'd say, in the cutting edge category. The exception that new LG and maybe the SG3 I gotta look over the specs again, the SG3, but this is definitely for a Windows phone. This is the best device there is to have right now. And on top of that, it's probably the best phone on the market to have, period.
Right. I agree.
Another part of the experience for this, like you mentioned, was the camera.
Awesome. That's
a big part of this phone. It's got the Pure View technology. It's a Carl Zeiss. What was it? 8.7, I believe it was the official spec.
Right.
What I didn't like was the camera on the Lumia 900 sort of left me disappointed. This right here is golden. So what Nokia did, they got whatever PR firm handled the camera, they really effed it up, and they were recording video with an SLR, and they were saying that it was the actual phone, and it wasn't. But whatever the case is, the video on the phone still is magnificent. It's got around the edges, around the camera, there's actual springs, and they offset your when you shake, they offset that. It's image stabilization, and it even works when taking pictures. Let me tell you, this thing, low light pictures in particular, was one of the highlights of the camera.
Awesome.
They're good, man.
They really
they're
are.
Good.
I actually took a picture. It was very. I was in my bedroom, and the only light coming into the bedroom was cast from outside of the bedroom around the corner in the kitchen, and it really gave me a really nice picture.
They're good, man. Like, this is at night. This is right before we went to see Skyfall. They had a garage with a bunch of movie posters. I thought it was dope. So it's good. The camera quality is excellent.
One of the features that they've actually brought about in the Lumia 920, where it was actually lacking in the Nokia 900, Lumia 900, was the Lumia 900 was actually, it had a very poor quality in sound. whether it was the onboard speakers or if you were playing through headphones, if you were playing through a headphone jack that ran into your an audio source or an amp, or even in your car, the sound was just really, really bad. So what they did was they gave us, and this is actually a function of, I believe, Nokia, who added this, and that's the audio feature. All right. Well, I have to have headphones plugged in now in order for you to see the equalizer, but you know, just an idea of what they decided to do. Dolby also Dolby, it's an expanded sound. It gives you more of an open space sound. It's reverberated, so you know, clearly anybody who knows sound knows that really all they did was Dolby is kind of a reverb sound that makes the sound seem more open than it normally would be. So when you're playing it through some speakers, let's say the speakers in your vehicle has Dolby quality sound or Dolby digital sound, you really hear the effect that this device brings out, and that the Dolby settings bring about. The EQ actually allows for you to you know, you can custom manage the sound, and you can also, you know, drop the bass as low as you want, raise it as high as you want. Same with your mid-range bass, your mids, your mid highs, your highs, so on and so forth. So you can really do what you want to do as far as sound is concerned. It still it's not as bassy as, say, the Titans. HTC kind of has that sound quality down to a science, but it is far much better than what they did prior to with the Lumia 900.
I agree.
So, and which is the reason as to why I actually bought it. Taking nothing from the HTC 8X, which actually dropped today as well. You know, I had to go with the breadwinner. I had to go with the winner, and I felt like Nokia did enough for this device to make it so relevant and for me. And there you have it.
Yeah, it's they rounded it off nice, but the last piece to that puzzle is really the Windows 8, the Windows Phone 8 experience.
Right.
You know, that really rounded it off nicely. Windows Phone 8, man. Listen, there's tons of videos. Joe Belfiore did a good job of really showing what was new in Windows Phone 8. And it's a lot to be excited about. I mean, you know, we didn't get the applications like Instagram that we really wanted, but supposedly that's coming, and I'm happy to say Windows Phone 8, it's a worthy upgrade, man. I really like it. Like, there's some just things about it, like the APIs. Like, look at this, the battery API that ties into the home screen. I'm on 33%. I don't know what this is up top. We never know what that is. You get what I mean? So to be able to have the battery meter down here says you're on 33%, love it. Love it. And by the way, I haven't charged this phone since like yesterday. The battery's awesome. It's a 2000 milliamp battery. Battery's awesome. The ability to make live tiles, and you have 3 different sizes now. As you can see how I have mine laid out. These top 4 rows are things I don't need information at glance on. That's my text, my people's tab, i.e. email. I do. I love the ability to see what my last read email or my last email that came in was. I love that. That's my me tile, and you know, I'm a social networking whore, so that's where I do a lot of my work on my phone. Here's my Xbox Music, and the calendar displays what I got coming up next. So it's just a all around package. You know, the fact that it's leading edge hardware now, and it's a very beautiful industrious design, and it's a elegant OS, a lot more robust OS than the previous Windows 7.5, and then a $99 price tag.
Awesome.
this phone can't be beat. You can't. A better experience can't be had for this price tag.
$50 at Walmart.
$50 at Walmart right now. Like, Jesus, give it away for free at that point. You know, it's the phone is great. I highly recommend the phone.
LifestylesDefined.com, representing everything you could ever love: fashion, technology, entertainment, auto, gaming, and so much more. This is more than a blog. This is your lifestyle. LifestyleDefined.com.